And then with respect to the patient pathway, I mean, this is absolutely centrally critical to any health economic development procedure, where really what we're looking to do is to map out step by step exactly how, I think I've touched on this already, but it is so important, map out exactly how that device fits into the existing paradigm of care, of treatment, patient progression, treatment rollout, and indeed in which ways does it differ, and are there any aspects by which that new device is actually going to be affecting, in a change sense, the existing system? Are we looking actually at systemic change being affected by a new device? And that's really pertinent in MedTech devices, even more so in my experience and opinion than in pharmaceutical, because actually so many devices are, and this is why they're so exciting to us, are unlocking brand new opportunities. I mean, this is so often the case that there is unmet need that is frankly untapped insofar as what we need in many cases is a step change in the way we are delivering care. Many devices speak exactly to this need, and therefore defining acutely this patient pathway, this treatment pathway, is integral to this conceptualization process. It involves a lot of drawing on whiteboards where we consensually agree between the MedTech developer team and the health economists. Yes, this line goes to this health stage. We then move here. We then have clinicians who intervene at this stage. Maybe a subset of patients will go here. If you see what I mean, it's a bit like a decision tree, only in many cases a little more complex than that. But it's trying to map out where people go step by step. And then lastly, once we've got that drawn out skeleton of step-by-step patient progression, we then want to identify what are the costs, the savings, and the health benefits which we're likely to, in reality, experience and witness through the rollout and uptake of this new intervention, and exactly where will they be accrued or accredited to that patient pathway. And indeed, actually, some assumptions at this stage as to for whom they may be accrued and accredited. That speaks back to our characterizing of the population, of course. And maybe there's a time aspect on that. Maybe we have initially, in the short term, quite a few costs and benefits would be accrued, but then we need some clinically validated rules which state that actually later those health benefits and those cost benefits will not be relevant. Now, this is all to do, of course, with this is all early stage conceptualization between the developer and a health economics team. The ideal thing thereafter would be to validate, of course, the assumptions and questions that come out of this process. This process, incidentally, typically being undertaken in a workshop of 2 to 3 hours, something like that, where we can sit down together and really bash it out in a structured fashion. And we'd look to validate the outcomes of that workshop with some clinical experts in the field who are able to, of course, take a balanced, objective view as to whether this would actually pass muster when it's submitted to the target stakeholder in question, for example, for NICE in the UK.